what you want. Unbossed.
And we're up first.
Unapologetically great. Unapologetically great. Unapologetically great.
And we're up first.
Yes, ladies. That's dope.
Yes, ladies.
That's dope.
Yes, ladies.
That's dope.
And we're up first.
It's time for the ladies.
It's the ladies first Chit-Chat crew.
Time for the ladies.
It's the ladies first Chit-Chat crew.
One time for the ladies in the house. Two time make the people scream and shout. Lachelle, Chandra, Crystal with Nikki, on Boss and Nikki.
L-A-D-I-E-S, and we're up first. L-A-D-I-E-S, and we're up first.
We go. Where's Shani go? Hey, y'all.
Hey, Shani.
Where's Shawnee at?
Where's Shani at? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ladies First Chit-Chat crew. Happy Saturday. Where we honor the voice of the everyday woman.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
Saturday. Let me zoom in on these beautiful ladies, on my beautiful co-hosts, and these sayings on these shirts that we have on today. Look at us. And in the words of Crystal James Goodwin, we are wearing our voices on our shirts. Oh my goodness.
We are.
Chrissy,
We
tell
are.
them about your shirt. Tell us about your shirt.
Let me move over because my name is I'm a chocolate beauty.
Yes,
Yes,
child.
And I did hair and accessories to match. Let's see.
Yes, you sure did.
That's why I was late. I was like, I gotta find my yellow earrings.
Yes.
This is I actually was just texting my girlfriend. This is my friend Cammie Phillips, her brand. She started it as a line of products, beautifying products and products that make women feel good, so scrubs and soaps and things. And then she transitioned into doing makeup, and so she really does transform. She did my face for a birthday party, a beautiful birthday party. She's amazing, and her brand is a chocolate beauty. And she said she started it because she's a beautiful chocolate woman, and she said she never felt beautiful, and she and so she created this, and this was one of her first shirts, I believe. And I love it. I loved it so much when I saw it. I wore it all the time. I wore it through airports, and people would be stopping me and be like, "Hey, Ma, yes, you are. Hey, girl, where can I get that shirt?" And I loved it. It just made me feel like I was just like, that's how we should feel about ourselves, right? So I'm a chocolate beauty.
Yes,
I love it. And are you
Hey,
channeling
Cammie.
are you channeling our photo shoot earrings too with it?
Photo shoot earrings. Yes.
I'm glad you kept them. Like you were wearing it. You
Oh,
look like
that's so funny. I was gonna put on my red ones. I should have put on my red ones.
You go get them, girl.
I love that chocolate booty. Now I'm gonna throw chocolate beauty.
You said chocolate booty.
She
I
did.
did chocolate booty. You got
Which-
that chocolate booty.
Which, you know,
Oh, I love that chocolate booty.
it used to be. Let's see if it's still cute. I don't know. Anyway, next.
I was trying to practice kindfulness.
Yes. So we all got mindfulness, of course, the therapist. But kindfulness is a thing, right? Sometimes we're not even mindful, and sometimes we're super stressed out. But if we opt to be kind in our exchanges, no matter what's going on for us, we'll actually have a better day, better experiences, have more doors open for us. So I am suggesting that we practice kindfulness.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Practicing kindness. I just did a solo layout. Let me go back. Let me do so people can see Crystal's shirt too. A chocolate beauty. Oh, the earrings match the shirt.
I can't.
I love that. I just saw that. Now I'm gonna throw it to Shawnee. What Shawnee says, be kind. I love that.
Listen, me and Shelly we're Lachelle. We were in the same vein this morning because mine says be kind. And it's literally just a reminder to be kind to yourself, be kind to others. You just walk with a little bit of kindness. I promise. I promise. Your day would be different.
It's so funny you said that. Ever since we had the kindfulness show, I find myself just like when I get into a Lyft or a Uber, and sometimes I might be a little like rushing, I breathe and be like, hey, good morning. How you doing? And start the conversation. And by the time I get to where I'm going, I'm like,
yeah, it's an atmosphere changer for real.
Yeah, just like, ooh. And Nikki, boss, what does your shirt say today?
Well, I didn't realize we were going to talk about it, but mine says yourself. I actually just bought this sweatshirt, you know, and when I put it on, there is some sort of feeling that comes over me wearing this shirt. It's just a reminder that you are good just the way you are. I think I'm gonna leave it right there. Like, you're good just the way you are, and be kind, like you said, to yourself. But yeah, accept yourself.
I love that. And mine is
literally bought it.
As we accept ourselves. Mine is $1 million badass. That's what mine is.
Let's accept that mindset too.
Yes.
Badass. Actually, I got this shirt. Rachel Rogers. We should all be millionaires.
Great book.
Yes, it's a great book for entrepreneurs, for anyone really. And I knew I had the shirt, we all should be millionaires. But yesterday when we talked, I told the ladies, I don't know if I have a shirt. And the first thing I pulled out, it said $1 Million Badass. And after the day I had yesterday, I was like, you know what? I'm going to embrace this. Embrace this. What does Shelly say? Speak what you want, put it out there, posturing, you know, $1 Million Badass. Because guess what? Y'all heard it here, right? Ooh, and I'm going to say it. And I don't usually say things like this out loud. Mark your words.
That's the problem. You don't say it out loud.
That ain't the problem, because I just don't. What I'm saying is, no, that is the problem. That is the problem.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off nothing, but go on now.
You cut me off, real. You did, but that is the problem. But I'm gonna say it. What I'm about to say is what I don't usually say out. I do say it out loud, but not to the public. I say it to like y'all or like my mom and my friends, but I never say what I'm about to say out public. Mark my words, next year this time, before next year this time.
Excellent.
Say Mark it out loud. Words. And then I know what I'm saying, what I was about to say is, I'll say that to y'all, but I never say it in like an out loud public form. I'm saying it today. Mark my words. And like y'all will all remember that. Okay?
I love it. Okay? I love it.
Finish the sentence.
What's the sentence?
Mark my words, before this time next year.
Before this time next year, I will be $1 million badass. Like, literally. So $1 million badass now. Literally. Like, no, I'm gonna shift it. I'm gonna be a multi-million-dollar badass. That's ha. Yeah.
Somebody.
But anyway, speaking of that, today's show, I actually really am excited about today's show. What dreams have you left on the shelf? And I feel like with us talking about our shirts this morning, it's tapping into dreams, tapping into who we want to be and what we want to do and the results that we get. So we are checking in with our viewers, with ourselves. 2022 comes to a close and 2023 is peeking around the corner. Like Shelly said, we are going to start thinking about this now and start our year in 2023. Start thinking about it now. Start putting things in motion now. Yeah. And I ask you this, have you been putting yourself first? All the things we've been talking about all season, all year. Are you creating a space that ushers in abundance and prosperity? Are you speaking what you want? I just spoke what I wanted, right?
You sure did.
And executing your dreams. Or are you leaving your dreams on the shelf? And if so, why? Let's unpack. Today, we are waking up our dreams and let's chat about it. So what's up, y'all? You leaving your dreams on the shelf? What's going on?
It's funny. The first thing that came to my mind is I keep replenishing. I pictured, so you said, are you leaving them on the shelf? So I thought of like paper towel and like my dreams. And I keep emptying it out. And then I'm like right down to like the last three. And all of a sudden I replenish again, like I start all over again. So replenishing is what I'm thinking of right now.
So getting new dreams all the time. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know if it's new dreams, but things maybe standing in your way from emptying, like living out the dream that's on the shelf or living out the thing you want to do. But the first thing, it's like you're constantly replenishing. You might just get there and then you take a step back, So are you leaving your dreams on the shelf? Maybe.
What do you mean when you say replenishing?
Yes.
Well, that was the first thing that came to my mind, like when I was listening to her speak. And literally, if you could visualize, like in my garage, right? I keep paper towel, toilet paper, whatever. And I'm constantly going in there to get new stuff to like put it out. And then all of a sudden you realize you're there. And what do you do? I go to the store and I get some more and I fill it back up. So when you think about your dreams, right, and you're saying, are you leaving them on the shelf? I think, I don't know if they're dreams, maybe they are, things you want to do, things you want to accomplish. It's like you get right there and then you kind of put yourself in a position where you start all over again, right? So are you leaving them on the shelf? Yeah, I think most definitely I am.
That's interesting.
Are you leaving them on the shelf, Nick? It's so funny you said that. It triggered something for me. I share with people sometimes. I have these dreams and I'm executing and I know how to get to this point, but for some reason I wasn't getting to the next point. I remember my mom and I would always talk, well, this happened. Well, and then finally I got to a point where I know how to get here. And I remember the other day I was talking to a friend on the phone and I was like, I always get to this point, and I started crying. What am I doing that I'm not getting to the next point? Is it me? Is it me in the way? Is it me stopping? And a couple things happened. Ooh, look, I'm about to get Shani credit. Thank you, Shani. When Shani just said, that's the problem. You're not saying what it is. The problem was I wasn't asking for help. I was being very reclusive and not saying what I needed and what I wanted, more so what I needed, and tapping into my resources. And it was almost like I was self-sabotaging myself. And all of a sudden I just was like, blah, 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 blah. And what happened? This week, there are 3 major things that I finally have gotten on the other side of. And it's, I felt chills just now when Shani said, that's the problem. That was the problem.
We are the problem.
Yeah, you have to finish. Like you need to run out.
We stop.
But listen, sorry, Lachelle. I'm gonna call you Lachelle. That's what
I love it.
That's what your mama meant. She didn't mean for us to call you Shelly all the time.
No.
Sorry, Murdy.
Can you just share with the people your elf on the shelf correlation to this?
Yes.
Please.
When we were talking about this on Thursday and we were saying, have you left your dreams on the shelf? And I'm like, it's perfect. It's the holiday season, like Elf on the Shelf, which is, if you don't know what Elf on the Shelf is, just Google it. But it is a big thing that a lot of people do. And the thing about Elf on the Shelf is that parents move the elf. Kids in the room, close your ears. Parents move the elf when the kids are asleep to a different place so that when the kids wake up in the morning, they think that the elf is like, it has life. And when they go to bed, the elf moves around and the elf does different things. But that's what we do with our dreams. We just move them around. Like we don't actually follow them through. And I think there's many reasons. Sometimes we get afraid. Sometimes we feel like we've run out of resources or run out of ideas about how to get there. We think it's not going to happen, so we give up. I mean, there's so many reasons. But Elf on the Shelf is a game of moving this thing that we're excited about and that we enjoy around from place to place in the house. He never leaves the house.
That's exactly why I was thinking replenishing. You just
yeah, and that is
start over again.
Yeah, but what happens is like you don't pay no attention to the paper towels no more. It's like you get them, you don't even think about it. You throw it in the cart as you walk down the aisle. You shove them on the shelf in the pantry, the closet, the garage, on the floor, wherever you put it. And we can't treat our dreams that way because we're actually only alive to execute on dreams after dreams after dreams. That's like why we have breath in our lungs. And so just moving it around, or worse, helping everyone else with their dreams, right? And we do that a lot. I think it's a beautiful human thing that we want to help people accomplish their dreams. But like you said, Nikki, we don't, like you said, I wouldn't ask for help. Like we're helping everybody, our kids, our friends, our family, our church, everything. But when it comes to our dream and when we get to these points that need an extra hand, some more creativity, someone who knows something that you don't, etc., we don't ask. We sit there quietly like that damn elf on the shelf.
Why is that though? Like why? Like I'm asking myself.
Worthiness. That's the first thing that comes to mind for me. Do we think we're worthy of our dreams?
Absolutely. And you know, that word imposter syndrome comes up again.
Yeah.
You know, I just recently started trying to do so yeah, I'm back on my fit. I'm back on my fit, y'all. For real. Back on my fit.
Come get me. Come get me.
I'm with
baby girl was dragging bricks. Okay. So I'm back on my fit. In doing that, it's a mindset, right? It starts with the mind. Like you got to prepare that mind to like get it together. So I was like, I need new material to get in my mind, to get my mind ready. And so I found this old book, like class of 82 old book, written by this regular guy named Jose Silva. People probably have heard of him, probably not, maybe not, because he's literally like this old Mexican Latino man that wanted change and basically created change for himself and his family, and basically taught himself how to teach other people how to do it, whatever. But it's just a pure mind change. Like literally his teachings is how to really activate what we always talk about on here: manifesting, seeing things, saying it out loud, you know, seeing a clear visual picture, putting it up, you know, that type of thing. But the way that he goes about it is like as of a regular person, so it just seems like a little bit more tangible to do versus, you know, somebody who may not be, right, like a star or something like that. But it literally is just it's so simple in his technique of just like, you said you wanted to, so go. you said you committed to yourself that you were going to get up every morning at 6 and do said thing. So get up. Now, if you complete it, that's one thing, but it's the training yourself to do is the like part that we forget, that is a part of the motion of doing, right? So like how I said before about feeling small wins makes you like able to ready to accept like the big wins. It's the same with goals and dreams like that. Like when you have these like smaller dreams or smaller goals that you're trying to accomplish, and you put motion towards accomplishing that small task, and that could be, I'm going to drink a cup of water every day, and feeling how good you feel to accomplish a week of drinking said thing every day, it makes you then say, oh, I can do water and da 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 da, whatever that is. And so I'm just getting back in the habit of like feeling the small wins and allowing my mind to work first versus like the body dragging me and then the mind catching up type thing. I want the mind to be in order first. And this book is helping. I'll send the book if anybody wants it. But Jose Silva,
Shawnee, that's really interesting.
Yeah, it's
because
the mind. That mind.
You a number of things. Like for me, yeah, exercise, anything I do, it is definitely mind first, right? Like I have to manage my thinking. Like if there used to be a time, I remember I had to do P90X, all this kind of stuff. I would sit there and I would watch it first. And I'd get myself together, and then I'd be like, all right, I got this. And I go right into it. And anything I do, it's like, I really gotta you gotta dieting, whatever, it's all in my mind. But with the last thing you said about, I forget, I just had it, I should have wrote it down. The thing I'd love to understand is how do we manage continually leading or managing your thinking, your mind control to keep you in that go mode? Because what happens is
Stop thinking about the end. That's what we think. We keep thinking about the end, right? We keep thinking about the $1 million, right? We don't think about like Shawnee's simple example of like, you say you want to get up in the morning and exercise, right? Or walk your dog or whatever, right? We think about the end goal, like I completed the exercise. We don't think of the goal is actually just getting out the bed. Like that's
what I'm trying to say. That like, right there.
I'm standing up.
Maybe we need visuals or something, because I'm saying like, you're right.
You're
and then
that to the vision
myself. What'd you say?
You're not saying that to the vision board, Queen. Of course we need visuals.
All right, so I walked right into that one.
Yeah, I mean, you slept. You just walked into the glass sliding door.
I guess what I'm saying is that's what pushes you back. So even if you tell yourself, like, I can't worry about the end goal, there's some sort of strength that has to come over you that your mind and your thoughts dismiss it.
But it's also remember last week or the week before, I can't remember. We be having such good conversations, but one of them weeks I was saying like, saying it out loud to people around you helps activate and like gives you a contract with
gives you a contract.
You succeed. Today was not easy to get up and do my 10 before 10.
Me either.
Today was not easy. My wife was like, excuse me. Didn't you say?
Yeah, accountability partner.
Oh, that's awesome. You have an accountability partner too.
I wanted to say something, but Nikki, I don't want to interrupt. You were about to say something, so I'm gonna write down my thoughts. So I don't.
No. I just was gonna acknowledge Enid's message. Sometimes you don't express your unrealized dreams out loud, because you might feel that by acknowledging that you need help, you're displaying some sort of weakness to the world.
Solid point, Enid. Solid point.
Yeah.
And we don't want to seem like we don't have it all together.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What I was going to say, Chrissy, when you guys were talking about mind first, I'm finding lately it's a space of being. Who am I being? Like when I was talking to my friend and I was like, I always get here, but I don't get here. And he said, who are you being? Like, when people go, oh, I'm a boss, I'm a boss. Are you really? What does that mean? What is that doing? What is that? As I step into this CEO space, I'm realizing that, I am very feely. I get to be a little bit more fact driven. And as a result of me saying, this is who I'm being, who I want to be, I find myself shifting differently. And therefore, my mindset, it's like for me, I'm finding myself within the last couple of weeks, I'm being this person, or I'm being this, or and then from when I say who I'm being, then the mindset happens, and then the action starts, and my results are getting better. So that's where I find myself when it comes to all these dreams. Y'all know I got 50 million of them on the shelf, and then also looking at your vision board. But I find myself asking myself who I'm being. The other day, I was listening to Sarah Jakes Roberts, and she was saying sometimes we're so quick to say it's the devil, when really she says sometimes it's not the devil, it's your character. Who are you being? And that hit me, y'all. I was on the train, I was like, ooh, and this man was beside me, was like, you okay? I was like, yes.
Yeah, I just got smacked in the face.
I was like, I mean, that's been carrying with me all week. We're so quick to say it's the devil. No, it's your character. Who are you being? Who are you being? And she was talking about once you start being, and that's when it all starts to come this way. So that's what I'm finding lately for me that's working is, who am I being? Who do I want to be? And as I state, and I'm going to do what Shawnee says, not just say it to y'all, say it out loud, because that does activate me being, which my mindset starts to go this way. Then I start doing. Y'all, I had my last 48 hours, my whole effing life shifted because I spoke what I wanted. It activated things. It caused resources and support to come around me. That last night, I'm about to cry. It was the best sleep I've had in a freaking year.
Yeah.
Because I chose to be something different. I chose to be.
That could be an everyday experience.
That's so powerful, and maybe that's what it took to get you to that place.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I want to come back to the dreams on the shelf and something and simplifying it a little bit, because Shani, I think you did say something about the, Jose Silva saying, like, just do it. Like, it's way more simple than we think, right? Something my mother says all the time. She's like, there's just, it's not all of these things. It's usually this and then this, right? So I dreamed. I've always had a piano in wherever we lived, and I've always wanted to learn how to play the piano. I do not play the piano, but I sing. So I know the notes I want to hear. I know when notes are wrong. I can craft harmonies. I can craft, melody. I can do everything, but I don't play with both hands, and I'm not a piano player. I've always wanted to play piano, and I've had several, instances of taking lessons. My mother bought me lessons, whatever I do. It gets hard, and then I stop. It gets hard, and then I stop, right? So, I even stopped putting it on, when I used to do New Year's resolutions, I stopped putting it on there because I was like, I'll do some other things. But it's something that I really, when I was thinking about this show, it's like, what do I really want to do? It's like, I really want to learn how to play the piano. And it, not to do a concert, but it's something I've always wanted. So it doesn't leave you. I want to play. So I said to myself, so Shani, again, to your point, I was like, what makes us stop, right? And it may not be hard, but it might not be like difficult to figure out, but it might just be because it's harder for me than I thought. Then I was like, older people, they say you should learn when you're little, because once you get older, it gets harder. All of these things have nothing to do with anything. It's just like, if I kept up my piano lessons when I started 10 years ago, I'd be able to play more than I can play now. I just continue. So it's super simple, right? And then I thought about, and it's something else you said, Chandra. It's like, where do you want to go? I want to go to Hawaii. I've always wanted to go to Hawaii since the Brady Bunch episode when they went on vacation to Hawaii. I want to go to Hawaii. I told you I'm a TV girl. So I was just like, people go to Hawaii every day. Why is it like, oh, it's so like it's unattainable? It's just a flight. So
where do you want to go in Hawaii, Chrissy?
I don't know. I want to, okay. We should do this at the end of the show. I'm doing mine now. I want to do a Hawaiian cruise, right? And then it goes to 7 islands, and I can stay 2 days on an island. There's maybe like 3 or 4 days at sea. That's what I want.
Wonderful.
Oh, honey, that's down the street. That's what's the vernacular African American? Oh, that's right around the corner.
That's right around the corner. It's doable. But in my mind, it's like it's all these things. It's all.
Can I tell you the sneakiness of the mind? What you just said, Crystal, when you said, "I want to learn to play the piano," not to do concerts,
right?
That very statement is a sneak peek at what keeps us from doing things.
Tell me what did I do?
Okay, because we do this constantly. Because what happens is like you just want to know how to play the piano. Like you want to feel a song come out of your fingers on the piano. And your mind, though, is doing this trick where it's saying, not that I need to learn well enough to play at a concert, right? That takes you to an end. That's an end, right? What you want to be focused on is like you and maybe the piano teacher sitting at a piano and the teacher just showing you keys and notes, right? Like that is that first step. First of all, you've been on the first step a long time because you got a piano in your house right now. Like you always have a piano in your house, right? So you've been on the shelf for a very long time. The only step to think about is like, I need to call somebody to come in here and sit next to me once a week, once a month, something. Someone needs to come sit here and show me these keys. But our mind goes to, I don't need to play well enough to blah, 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 right? Again, that's an end. And that's something I want us to catch.
I'm so glad that you said that because that was so nuanced for me that I didn't hear it in that way.
Exactly.
But it also is a, it's something, I can't think of the word right now, but it's something that we do. Maybe that's the same as, like we protect ourselves a little bit from having to do it because it's not for X.
I mean, Ava,
you're not gonna be John Legend at the end.
Yes.
You're not gonna be Alicia Keys at the end.
Right.
Ava DuVernay said it very plain and simple, and it was stop asking for permission. Period. That was one statement. And then in another interview I heard her, she said, stop asking, start doing. Right. Period.
Yeah.
I feel like there's this, people say this to me a lot. Oh, I don't want to bother you because you're so busy. And I'm like, I'm not busy at all. And people are like, but you do so much. And I'm like,
I'm busy.
Yeah, Lachelle's not busy. I don't understand that.
Johnny, when does she work?
Never.
I work on Tuesdays from 9 to 3. That's it.
I don't work Wednesdays, Fridays after 2, Saturday. You can catch me every other Saturday.
But here's what I'm saying. People think I'm busy because they always see I'm doing. And I'm always doing. I like being in a state of doing. I don't know where this shit's going to end up. I don't even think about it. Right? But I'm like, oh, I want to write this book about this kid I just thought about. So I'm going to do that. Right? Or, oh, I want to follow Shawnee on this 10 miles before 10 a.m. So I'm getting up doing that. I just do. I'm not really thinking of where it'll land me. Right? But recently, someone said to me, your obituary will be like an encyclopedia book. And I said, funny you should say that, because when I think about all that I do and I've done, It's a lot of stuff. And it is like, I can't pinpoint one thing that landed on some goal, right? Because as quick as I do it, I'll stop doing it. Because my whole experience is like squirrel, right? It's like I'm gonna do, but it's such a great thing because the bottom line is like I'm in the habit of doing.
When you said your obituary will read, the first thing that came to my mind was, I've done it with an exclamation point.
I've done, you name it, I've done it.
Some kind of way. This is before you started describing. I've done it.
I don't have no Grammys. I don't have no Nobel Peace Prizes. I don't have the things that we trick ourselves, we common folk, which is everybody, we trick ourselves into believing we have to accomplish, right? Let me tell you something.
For it to be great, or for it to be acknowledged.
I have some brilliant friends in my life and people, and I say this to them often, and I know there's a couple of them watching because a few of them already text me. They keep moving the finish line. And they just keep moving it. It's like, I built a house. Now I got to build a building. And now I got to build a skyscraper. Now I got to build. And it's like, are you even enjoying this anymore? Like,
I'm glad you said that. You keep moving the finish line. Are you even enjoying this anymore? That's
the dream is
it's what it's all about. It's really what it's all about. Nikki, I need to say this because I think this is very connected to this topic. I was listening to someone and they were saying, you're never done. You're never done because the point is to enjoy. How about, I'm telling y'all this and y'all believe me, please. If I'm sitting here working at my desk and I've been, working for a few hours, I'll go downstairs and I'll stand and make my lunch and I'll stand and eat my lunch. And then I'll put on a line dance that I know, like and I'll line dance in my kitchen for like 7 minutes. Right? Because I'm like, I love that. And how about, the things that I do, everything, I'm working on this. I'm not a master at this yet, but everything that I do intentionally, I'm really downstream stuff, the stuff that it's joy. It's joy in the doing. It's joy in the making. That example about an artist that works with clay doesn't want to give you the clay and you do it and then it's like, okay, it's done. It's the process of working the clay. It's the sculptor's process. It's the ice sculptor's process. That's the joy.
That's the dream.
And that's the dream. So now bring it back to myself and this doggone piano. So now the learning, the swimming, right? The swimming didn't feel enjoyable to me. The frustrations about the piano doesn't feel the learning doesn't feel. That's where we are, right? We're all in this learning space, and if it's like it feels like that. But I'm saying, when people swim, I just got to get past this part, and maybe it's about enjoying the learning. Right? How about it's not about the I can. It's like, oh, this is part of it. I'm learning this. Just like I'm learning a line dance. I don't know them all. I learn them. And then I rock in my kitchen. Right?
But I think it comes to, Chrissy, from the standpoint, you talk about zone of genius. I think sometimes when we're learning new things, the things that the line dancing it comes easy for you.
That's true too.
It comes easy for you, And I love when you're saying, I do want to master this piano. I want to be able to play. I love where you're saying that you're looking into and wanting to find the joy in the learning. And I think that's crucial, especially when things that don't come as
easily.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I truly believe that. And lately, as I'm working on this business plan that I'm doing, I have stopped because I spoke it, Shawnee, and shared with people. They helped me go, okay, let's back up. Look at the joy in it. Look at what you like to do with it. and the parts that you don't like to do, give it to somebody else, you know. But I love that I'm encouraging you to really find the joy in the placement of I play the piano, the placement of the fingers. I know that frustration when it's time to go here and progress. Find the enjoyment in it. I think I just saw Maya put up there, Shani, I saw you at the top of the leaderboard when Shani's on the Peloton, and it gets tough. Maybe part of the joy is seeing yourself at the top of the leaderboard, and it hurts, but you know what? I'm gonna find joy right here in this spot, back it back, and then come back. Because guess what, y'all? I'm finding joy on the top of this leaderboard. I love that you said we get to find joy in these things, especially the things that become a little bit difficult in order for us to get on the other side of it. I think sometimes that's why we leave the dreams on the shelf, because it gets tough.
It's tough.
I think
I can do that.
And you get afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You get afraid.
Yeah. It's tough, and you get afraid. You get scared.
Absolutely. I mean, I always bring things back around to the artist world, and it's like, you know, being an artist is hard. being whatever you are, like your profession, it can be hard, right? But you know, Tom, I'm a quote person. I look up quotes all day, every day, pretty much, and like kind of have them around me because it helps me with people who've been there or people who are in it, you know, doing it, whatever. But Tom Hanks said in an interview about artists, he was like, you know, if it wasn't hard, everyone would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If it's hard, that makes it great. So, you know, sometimes when we're like struggling to get through something and we hone in and like finish it, it'd be so good at the end of it, and you know, you're excited, you're happy, you're like, oh man, I did that. You know, it feels so good. But sometimes it's that hard moment that is hard to push past. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where we have to dig into our toolbox and like pull out the things that help us get over the hump, because having goals is one thing, achieving goals is another, and being able to really put into perspective what it is, who you are and how you can achieve your goals, and not leave them on the shelf and not look at them with dust on them like, I'm gonna get back to that one day.
But they only get dust because achieving them is actually doing them. Again, It's not that end thing. Things only get dust when you don't touch them.
When you I'm gonna throw that 20 at you again.
Look what Karen
to getting lost. So when you say things only get dusty, right? When you don't touch them. So that goes back to the conversation we were having. Because I have to tell you, I said it even Thursday, like when for me, I've been asking myself a lot, like I need, where is that thing, right? I was driven all of my life by a thing, like there's something I wanted, and somehow it just like right now in my life where I am, it just kind of just went dormant. I have to tell you, in this conversation here, I am feeling like inspired. I'm getting excited again. But what I'm walking away with is not necessarily a thing, right? A specific goal, a dream. But what I am walking away with, as I listened to all of us speak, was focusing in on the things that make you happy, things that are joyous, you know what I mean? And and the things that you're experiencing, like the things that you do, Crystal, that you gave us such a good visual on, you do them because you're enjoying them, you know what I mean? And if you just start there, I think that's what I'm feeling right now. That's where you start to gain your direction, right? So starting with joy, just doing things that make you feel good.
I think that's great, Nick. And you just, what I was going to say, I was going to tap into what Carrie said. I'm glad you spoke. I find I have so many dreams, I don't know where to start. And I think just by you saying, finding that space that brings you joy.
Yeah, because I have to be honest, it was when I was focusing in on my joy, like the things that made me happy, that I got excited about, that defined what I wanted to do, where I wanted to be, what I wanted to offer. And so when you start focusing in, and this is something like, welcome somebody to push back on me, you can have a goal or a dream, but when you're so focused on achieving that goal or dream, sometimes you lose sight of, as we talk about even with life, just living, experiencing the process, right? And you get so focused on the work that has to be done and how to get there that you're just checking boxes.
Right. And that's not experiencing life. That's such a good point. And I wanted to say, like, I mentor a lot, right? I mentor a lot, younger people or women in general. And one of my questions that I ask all the time is, give me 3 things that you love to do, right? They think I'm talking about work things. I was like, I'm not talking about work things. I'm like, what do you like to do? Like, what do you like? Crystal, I don't know. I like to watch movies. Perfect. What's something else? Right. And then we go through these things, and then inevitably the conversation opens up, because they're like, oh no, that's not a goal. That's just something that I like. And
it is.
Fam, it's the same thing. People that love what they do, like, I know people that do, like, we all know people that do like incredibly dope stuff for a living. Shelly, what's your homegirl that we had we had lunch/dinner with? She's a producer, but she's producing all this other stuff. She might have thought maybe I'd be doing production, but she's producing like incredible stuff. And she might have just thought like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go to college and get a degree in mass communications. There's so many things. I know people that do, like, there are jobs today or careers today that didn't even exist when we were growing up.
Yes.
So there's people that, I don't know, if you want to work in the bank, you want to work in finance, you can do finance for Diddy. You can do finance for, it's not just like Chase Bank or City. It's not just that. It's like, it's so vast.
You know what? People confuse dreaming big and having big dreams.
Right.
It's like everyone thinks their dream has to be big.
Right.
It doesn't. Dreaming big is about dreaming expansively. Right? I dream about a gazillion things. Like, I have dreams to do all kinds of things, right?
Like, you're never done,
I'm never
right?
done, but also it's like I have a lot of dreams at once. And I don't know who said, like, I have so many dreams, I don't know where to start.
That was Carrie. Yeah.
Right. The thing is that the dreaming is in every facet of your life, right? How you want your bed to feel if you have a crappy mattress, right? What you want your body to look like if you feel like you're out of shape or your body isn't strong enough, where you want to travel, right? What you want your hair to look like, how you want to eat every day, where you want to live, who you want to be in a relationship with, a business you want to start, jewelry you want to wear. Like, these are all dreams. None of these things are going to get the New York Times to write a story about me. Right? That's a big dream. Like, everyone focuses on the big dream, which they determine is big, right? My biggest dreams are like minuscule compared to some other people's biggest dreams. If you're rating how big it will be or how much impact it'll have or how long it'll last, like, that's a waste of time. The thing is to dream big, meaning wide, right? Not like have this one dream that you want to accomplish, but like, what is your dream life from like the air you breathe to what you see looking out your window?
But I think those are the things that trip people up, though. I think that's the part where it might just be, me saying, I want to go to Hawaii. Yeah, I'd be like, girl, I've been to Hawaii 11 times. Right. But I'm like, but it's a dream for me. Right. And then what the dream might be connected to something that I saw as a child that looked like it looked like it was for white families with 6 kids and a maid, right? And I'm like, I'm just a black girl.
You know what it
get
is?
a little bit of credit, and I
Exactly.
want to go to, like you might see.
This is such a good example because the dream of Hawaii is on the shelf for you because of what you're telling yourself.
Right.
Because here's the thing: if you dream about going to Hawaii, I would ask you these questions. When did you look up what islands there are and what there is to do? When did you decide this is the one I want to go to primarily? When did you look up flights? Like, how long is the flight? How long do I want to be there? When did you look up hotels? Most people don't do any of that. They just keep saying, I want to X.
Yeah.
But like, it doesn't cost you a dime to use your phone to Google flights to Hawaii. Like, that's the doing.
It's funny. The other day, I write in a journal every day, and I do this morning pages, and I do it first thing in the morning. And I find myself doing it so I can get on the other side of my day, because I wake up in the morning and my mind is like this. And I'm finding myself lately, I write about what's on my mind when I first wake up, but I'm starting to write about the things that I want to do, dreaming wide, not necessarily, I have the big dreams, but I'm finding myself thinking of those little things that I want to do, down to what I told Crystal I wanted to do for New Year's Eve. I was like, I want to do this. So guess what I did? I looked up last night what it's going to cost me, what it's going to do, how do I do it early? Like
your face right now.
Yeah, and I got so excited.
Her eyes are twinkling. You see?
I want to know what you want to do.
I told, and it's so funny. Listen, what Shelly just said, how we negate it. I told Crystal, said, don't laugh at me. That was the first thing I said.
And that is the same as, I don't need to learn enough to play for a concert. This is stuff we gotta we catch ourselves doing.
Y'all know I always talk about TD Jakes. I want to go to the Potter House New Year's Eve. I said, I want to go to the Potter House New Year's Eve. And
it's fire. I know it's fire.
I just thought about that. I went and I got so excited. And Shelly, after I talked to Crystal, and Crystal's like, Nikki, make sure you get a seat. I started looking up what it's gonna do.
And, you're just doing. You're just doing.
And girl, Sarah Jakes is gonna be there, and everybody. Oprah's gonna be there. Gail.
And the thing about it, I told Crystal, I got excited. I'm going by myself. And I said, I don't have to worry about saving the seat for anybody. And y'all, like, I got so excited
yesterday. Dreams don't need anybody else.
Yeah, I got excited yesterday. I started thinking about, y'all gonna laugh at me. I didn't wear my jumpsuit, my leather jumpsuit to the show last night because I'm saving it for New Year's Eve.
Like, that's how you need to wear your jean skirt.
Not your jean skirt. Stop. I'm gonna make y'all stop right now.
Callie, where Callie in her jean skirt?
Stop it. We got 5 minutes left. We cannot go on a 3-minute laugh. Let's stop.
But you know what? This all reminds me of when I was in my in Lion King. There's a age. There was. It's kind of came up a little bit, but there was like an age difference between like the singers in the show and the dancers in the show. The dancers were younger, 20s, hype, cute, whatever, and the singers were like older, mature, 40s, whatever. And it was so interesting, like how the dynamic between the two could be a little bit like mother to daughter, or like just like older sister to whatever. And it would be so funny because the dancers would like come in there with, like, mind you, we're on Broadway, we're making a good check, whatever. That most of the dancers don't have children, don't have families, they could like do what they do, right? So they coming in there with like Louis Vuitton and like, just click clacking in whatever, the red bottoms and all this stuff, and like the singers be like, what? And it was so funny because I remember one day, I said all that to say, I remember one day one of the singers treated herself and bought a bag, And the first thing she said was like, "Oh, it was on sale, and I blah 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 blah." And I remember one of the dancers be like, she was like, "Cuss word, beep." She was like, "You've been working on this show for 100 years, and you deserve to buy a bag that's not on sale. Like, it's okay, right?" And this conversation is just making me think about that dynamic of like how we make excuses for good things happening, make excuses for if we have a goal or something that we really want to do, like your trip. It's like, oh, I can go if I catch it on a sale, a Groupon, a blah 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 blah, whatever, versus doing like our good brown skin girlfriend right here, Lachelle. Lachelle, I do what I want Wooten, who was like, I want to see old boy in London. I'm going to London. And literally, she said that on a Thursday. The chick had a ticket on the next Thursday. I was like,
what? Show did.
I had to like check myself, like why is that? I kept thinking like, why am I like clenching my pearls at the notion of saying, doing, and executing? Like, why is that like a thing? Like, oh my God. And it wasn't on sale.
So it does come down to the top of the show, worthiness, right? If I'm the other stuff is more worthy of going, but my thing is not. If I say it out loud, then these people that I said it to, I'm not looking at them like accountability. I'm thinking, there she go, not doing her thing again. You still trying to lose weight. You still don't put that you going to the gym on Facebook, because you know that only lasts for about 2 months, and then people see that you're fat again, and then they be like, yeah, girl. Like, it's all of that.
Yes,
it's all of that.
Say to ourselves.
It's what we say to ourselves, what we think others will say about us. So then I can't tell you what I'm dreaming about, because then I'll look like a failure if I don't do it.
You know,
and there's my Hawaii on the shelf.
You know what hurts my feelings? And not a lot of things do. But it really hurts my feelings when I'm with people that I know and that I care about, and they withhold their dreams and feelings. Because when I'm being me, which is all the time, a big part of me being me is kind of creating and brainstorming with people about what they want. Like, it brings, that's what brings me joy.
Yeah.
So when I'm talking to people and they're like, oh yeah, no, I'm not going to say it. And I'll be like, you're killing me. Let's talk about it.
I agree.
But I'm realizing from what you're saying, Crystal, is that I think a lot of us have this like dialogue in our minds and this conversation. I'm not worthy. What would they think? What would they say? What if I don't make it happen? You know,
and in that sense, it has nothing to do with anyone else. It has to do with what we're thinking of ourselves.
Your dreams have nothing to do with it.
But here's the thing. I have a lot of points from the show. Your dreams don't need anybody, and things only get dusty when you don't touch them. So so powerful. So I'm going to Hawaii.
Yes, you are. Things only get dusty when you don't touch them. And I also think a good thing that Shelly said, you know, when you were talking about the thing that hurts your feelings when people don't share, I think us collectively, the viewers and us, it's an opportunity too, when our people that we love do share, that we encourage and we uplift and we say, let's unpack it, let's brainstorm it. You know, and also I think it's an opportunity too, if we are in a space and a friend is saying, girl, don't girl, let me hear more. Let me unpack. Because I think a lot of us have been guilty of hearing someone say something and you're like, what's she talking about? You know, instead of going, okay, what are you saying? You know, and you know, and we've also been on the other side of that, and we get to ignore the chatter, of course. We get to, you know, let the chatter go. And like you said, is our dream. I want to say really quickly what the Lone Gunman 89 said. I find I get stuck in the thought of not actualizing my dream, that the fear just leaves me stuck.
Listen, just saying the dream, just saying the dream feels like you're living the dream. Right? And we should work on collectively. I mean, everyone listening and anyone who watches this in the replay, we should collectively work on normalizing asking more when you hear people starting to talk about things that they dream about or desire, and be like, tell me more. Like, that should be a slogan. Hashtag tell me more, right? And yeah, don't stop them. Like, ask for more, because if you watching other people live their dreams gives you permission to live yours. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, well, wow. And again, just talking about it feels like you're living it. And I can get into a whole nother story about once you start talking about it, the universe is like, oh, well, let me start moving things around. That's not even what you have to do.
Yeah.
So we need to, I want everyone, before you say anything, Nikki, anyone who's still on and watching, please write in the chat just a big dream, any dream that you have. Put it in the chat.
It's so funny. It's so funny. I'm like, did we discuss this? Because that's what I was actually about to say. If you have a dream, just write in the chat. We've been vibing lately, Shelly. On the same thing.
I want to see it, right? I want to see it.
I just want to emphasize, because I'm taken away, I think it's really important that we all stay centered in our joy, because that is the self-management to move yourself forward. I really think, and that's without the support of everyone necessarily around you. I just think what I'm walking away from this is, when you're centered in your joy, that is what's giving you the push to keep going. That is the thing that keeps you focused to be able to achieve those dreams or goals. And I was thinking about a number of different people that I know that have, great things that they're doing, businesses or whatever the case may be. All of those people that came to my mind are all centered in the work that they do, they truly enjoy. So they stay focused in what they like doing and the outcome and how they're going to feel in it. And that in itself helps support them to go after their dreams.
You're so right. And I just want to say this. I think that societally, it feels like we're supposed to be focused on what we're good at, not what brings us joy, right? Because the joy part, that's the train that you really want to be on. And it gets, well, this is joyous, but this is work, and I'm really good at that. And it's like, yeah, no,
I love that.
It's joy first.
But also, I bring it back to like people who may be stuck or discovering like dreams and like all that kind of stuff, like in their motion time where they're trying to figure it out. I really feel and believe that trying is achieving a goal.
Absolutely.
So if you're a person that, like, I'm an Aries, I want to do it all. I want to try it all. I want to see it all. If I do it right, great. If I do it horrible, great. If it feels good, great. If it feels horrible, great. But you know what I'm saying? At least I tried, and I would have you put that in the back of your head. Even trying to achieve a goal and doing any steps toward it, even if it fails, is achieving.
Absolutely.
I love that. Nikki, Shani, Joy Junkie, I love it. I love it. I love it. As people write down their dreams and goals, I've been posting them, but Nikki said joy, and Shani was like, doing it all, achieving it, just going after it, just doing it. If it works, amazing. If it doesn't, amazing. Chrissy, I know you said joy too. Is there anything else that you're leaving with today on about leaving your dreams on the shelf? You say you going to Hawaii. What are you leaving with?
You know who I'm going with?
Who?
Marsha and Peter and Alex.
Jan.
And Cindy and Jan.
Why did it take me a half a second? I was like, who them people?
Because
Yeah, I was like, what?
Because you're a millennial.
All of the over 40 got it.
I love it. Lachelle. I call all of y'all by y'all nicknames. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Lachelle, where are you? What are you taking from today?
I've been already doing this show. I'm gonna do more of it, and I'm definitely going to work on the tell me more, because like I said, when I'm not hearing it enough, I kind of just feel what that feels like. But now I'm gonna be intentional about hashtag tell me more, right? No matter what it sounds like to that person coming out of their mouth. So I'm taking that with me. I'm going to push this as my own private little campaign. Hashtag tell me more.
And real quick, since we're on the hashtag tell me more, tell people what's coming up that they can tell you more and how you can support them. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Vision board. I have 2 vision board workshops, December 14th and December 27th. I'm trying to put them in the calendar, because y'all know I don't work, but I'm trying to put them in the calendar before New Year's so that you can roll into the new year with real clarity and real perspective. So go to any of my social medias. Everything's there. It's on Eventbrite, Abandoned Ordinary Vision Board Workshop. But come, because we can get deeper into this and you can get a shift in your perspective and you can roll out of this year with your dreams being dusted off and back in your hands where you're doing something with them. So come, please come.
I love that. I wanted to shout that out. I'm leaving today with what Chandra said at the beginning of the show. I'm going to say it out loud more, and not just to the small groups. Say it out loud more. Say it out loud. And when it works, it works. And when it doesn't work, shift and try again or do something different. I'm also taking the joy part that we've been talking about, and Nikki initiated, and Shelly just put up joy. We all said joy, the joy part, because I can get very focused on the end and not enjoy as things go along. And it just by, y'all said, the twinkling of my eye and enjoying, and I got excited, and you put it in process.
Absolutely.
I am encouraging our viewers, keep going. Find the joy.
Listen, if the dream is on the shelf, it's still in the house. All you got to do is
good one.
Right?
Who said it again? If the dream is on the shelf,
it's still in the house. All you got to do is touch it.
Habasha.
We're going to leave on that one. If the dream is in the house, if the dream is on the shelf, it's still in the freaking house. Hallelujah, glory. We're going to leave on that. I love it. I love it.
Y'all have putting on my jean skirt right now.
That is a real hashtag, and I'm writing it down.
Denise says she still has her jean skirt.
Come on, Denise.
Come on, Denise. Let's get off that. I would say that again. If the dream is still on the shelf, it is still in the house. Go get the joy in it, y'all. Enjoy the experience, whether it works, whether it doesn't. If you get your friends that are talking about their dreams, hashtag tell me more. Have an amazing Saturday, everybody. We love y'all. We'll see you next week. Just to let you guys know, we have 2 more shows. And then we're going to take a break. And we'll be back at the top of the year. We got some great people coming at the top of the year. We're going to have men on our show, couples on our show. We're going to have more guests at the top of the year. So, y'all, we love y'all. Happy Saturday. If the dream is on the shelf, is still in the house, holla. Have a great day, y'all. Happy Saturday.
It's the ladies first Chit-Chat crew. Time for the ladies.
what you want. Unbossed, speak what you want. Unbossed.
And we're up first.
Unapologetically great. Unapologetically great. Unapologetically great.
And we're up first.
Yes, ladies. That's dope.
Yes, ladies.
That's dope.
Yes, ladies.
That's dope.
And we're up first.
It's time for the ladies.
It's the ladies first Chit-Chat crew.
Time for the ladies.
It's the ladies first Chit-Chat crew.
One time for the ladies in the house. Two time make the people scream and shout. Lachelle, Chandra, Crystal with Nikki on boss and Nikki.
L-A-D-I-E-S, and we're up first. L-A-D-I-E-S, and we're up first.
In the words of Sarah, be blessed, ladies. Have a great Saturday. Bye, y'all.